Tomorrow, we could find out if convicted murderer Cyrus Wilson gets granted parole. For 27 years, he has maintained his innocence.
Back in April, his possibility of freedom was put on hold. News Channel 5's Brandon Marshall spoke with Wilson's wife, who hopes the wait is over.
For years, Casey Wilson has visited her husband Cyrus in prison, hoping one day to welcome him home.
It's just been a waiting game. For Cyrus, it's been a different process.
In 1994, Wilson was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison for the death of a Nashville teen, Christopher Luckett. But with no DNA evidence connecting him to the crime and 2 testimonies recanted, he has maintained his innocence. The 45-year-old will face a Board of Parole member tomorrow with hopes of getting released, something he tried to have granted in April.
He's taken a class. He did the risk assessment that was requested by the Board of Parole. He scored a low risk on the assessment.
She visits Cyrus every weekend with her family.
We've talked about Wednesday, what he's done to prepare. He said, I've done everything humanly possible that I can do to show the Board of Parole that I'm prepared to be productive, prepared to come home, be released.
But like a cloud, the feeling of doubt hangs over her.
Because there is no set guideline that says, if you meet all of this criteria, you can go home.
Casey hopes her husband's situation causes the justice system to be reworked.
So I feel like issues that are affecting the Nashville community now were issues that were happening 27 years ago. They just weren't publicized, and there were no means to deal with them.
The waiting game has become a norm. She hopes that changes tomorrow. In Nashville, Brandon Marshall, News Channel 5.
Cyrus's parole hearing is scheduled to begin at 9 tomorrow morning.